Okay, so get this. Apparently, every single person you meet sizes you up in, what, under 7 seconds?
That's the stat, yeah. Sounds pretty daunting, doesn't it?
It really does. But the source we're digging into today, the Quiet Manual for Human Connection, sort of reframes it and says it's not this impossible test, more like a switch you can learn to flip.
Exactly. And what I find interesting is how it treats connection not as some innate talent, but as a practical toolkit, something anyone can learn.
Right, so our mission here is to, pull out those specific rituals, the actual switches that can help you, whether you're, say, Rahul in that high-pressure corporate environment, or maybe Aisha facing a tough selection board. They kind of tilt those first few seconds in your favor, moving from feeling overlooked to actually being present.
And it's about building that presence, that trust and warmth, without feeling like you're putting on an act, especially relevant in those diverse, sometimes high-stakes Indian contexts we mentioned.
Okay, so presence and trust. Genuinely, the book says the absolute bedrock isn't what you say first, it's your internal state. So this 1-minute ritual, what does that actually involve? Step by step.
Right. So before you walk into that room, that meeting, whatever it is, you give yourself just 60 seconds. First step, stand if you can and do that 4-4-4 breath twice. In for 4, hold for 4, out for 4.
Calms the nerves.
Instantly. Then a quick physical check-in. Roll your shoulders back, consciously unclench your jaw. We hold so much tension there, and soften your eyes. Just relax the muscles around them.
Okay, breathing, physical release, and the last part.
The core, really. It's setting an inner intention. The book suggests whispering just to yourself, today I will make one person's day lighter.
Make someone's day lighter. That's simple, but quite powerful. But, okay, let's be real. If I'm literally about to walk into a room or shake a hand, I can't exactly start doing obvious shoulder rolls, can I?
No, definitely not. It's about micro movements. A tiny pause before you open the door. A subtle shift in how you stand. And the breath, well, nobody sees your breath, right?
Right.
The main thing is the intention. That shift stops you from thinking, what do they want me to be? And lets you just, well, be yourself. And that, counterintuitively, is what creates that magnetism people talk about.
Okay, that makes sense. Shifting from performing to just being. Let's get into those 3 psychological levers then, the switches. Number 1 was appreciation of effort. How does that work without sounding fake?
Yeah, this is key. It's about appreciating specific effort or a character trait, not just the outcome. Big difference. So think of Rahul and his colleague Deepa.
Okay.
Instead of just, hey, good job on the project, which is fine but vague, he might say, Deepa, I noticed how you use that color-coded system to organize all that chaotic data on the board. That structure seriously saved us hours.
So you're pointing out the how, the discipline involved, not just the what.
Precisely. It shows you actually saw their work, their thinking. Much more impactful.
Got it. Okay, switch number 2. Honoring experience. The spotlight shift. This is about making them feel important, not showing off yourself.
Exactly right. So instead of trying to impress with your knowledge, you shift the focus. Aisha, in her mock UPSC interview, did this brilliantly. Rather than just reciting facts about leadership, she asked the panel, from your experience, what habits or qualities do you consistently see in the candidates who go on to make a real, tangible impact later?
But that's good. It flips the dynamic.
Completely. It honors their expertise, turns an interrogation into a conversation. They feel valued.
Okay, and the third one. This is the one that feels weirdest, the Benjamin Franklin effect. Asking for a favor makes someone like you more. How?
I know it sounds totally backwards, but it taps into something called cognitive dissonance. Our brains like consistency.
Okay.
So when someone does a small, specific, and sincere favor for you, like say Rahul asks his senior, Abhijit, could you spare 10 minutes just to glance over this email for clarity? Abhijit's brain goes, I just helped Rahul. Why did I do that? I must have done it because, well, I must like him. The brain subtly adjusts the feeling to match the action.
Wow. So it's not even about the help itself. It's about their brain needing to justify giving the help.
Pretty much. But the keys are small, specific, and genuine thanks afterwards. And maybe returning the favor later, of course.
Okay, that's fascinating. So you've used these switches, you've connected. How do you keep that going? Tuning the conversation, becoming a great listener.
Right, the listening part is huge. The book gives a simple 3-step framework. First, and this is really hard for most of us, count 3 silent heartbeats after the other person finishes speaking.
3 heartbeats.
Yep.
Feels like forever.
It does, but resist that urge to jump in immediately. That pause signals deep listening. Second, reflect back just a small piece of what they said. Something like, okay, so you're saying the main roadblock was X, not really Y?
Shows you're processing, not just waiting to talk.
Exactly. And third, ask one open-ended follow-up question. Not a whole barrage, just one thoughtful question based on what they shared. It's like an invisible hug for their nervous system, the book calls it.
An invisible hug.
Yeah.
Like that. That pause, though. That's where the magic is, but also the difficulty.
That pause is where the connection deepens. It assures them you truly heard them. Oh, and quickly for digital stuff, emails, messages.
Yeah.
A quick 30-second reconnect script involves 4 things. Mention a brief shared memory, give a specific compliment, make a tiny, easy ask, and always include a gentle out, basically, making it super easy for them to say no to the ask without feeling awkward.
Okay, lots of practical tools there. So pulling it all together, the big shift in perspective seems to be, don't use these techniques to try and be interesting. Use them to be genuinely interested in others.
That's the absolute core of it. Your focused, honest attention. That's incredibly rare today. That makes your warmth, your presence really valuable. It's less about tactics and more about aiming to be someone who makes any space they enter feel a little bit kinder.
So the challenge for you listening isn't just knowing these tools, it's applying that core intention. I'm here to make someone's day lighter. Try it. Before your next call, your next meeting, see what happens. That's the real deep dive.